Hello, lovely. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Just so everyone knows, I'm Chrissy Hutsell. I am a property professional with Keller Williams Plus, and this is Claire, and she's our team leader.
How are you doing, darling? You okay?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Thank
Good,
you.
good. You look really well. You look really well.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me on, by the way.
You're welcome. So we were just talking, and I was just saying, I was just going through my real estate Bible.
Yeah,
My Keller
absolutely.
Williams Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
Mhm.
And I really love your passion and how much you love Keller Williams, especially me coming from the States, obviously,
Yeah.
being a Keller Williams agent there. And the more I learn about the real estate industry and the difference of what Keller Williams is doing is amazing. And
Yeah.
I'd hope that you would just explain that.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean, look, in the UK, we've worked to what I'd call a very transactional model for the last 200 years. So how it's been for the longest time is you've got an estate agency business that is usually on your local high street. And you have people employed within that, estate agents employed within that, and paid a pretty low basic salary and a very small amount of the commission from each sale. The issue with that is that all of those estate agents are targeted on how many listings they do, how many sales they do, how many price reductions they get as well, which can be quite unethical at times. And through no fault of the estate agent at all, they have to list a lot of properties and sell a lot of properties in order to make a living, let alone a decent one. This model is obviously what you guys have been used to in the States for a really long time, whereby you work under a brokerage, same as like a self-employed mortgage broker would do, That's how we work in Keller Williams. So each of you guys, all of the real estate agents within Keller Williams are independent. You're your own business owner in your own right. And you are part of the Keller Williams family, which means that you're provided with all the tools, all the resources, the technology, and the best training in the world for you to be able to deliver phenomenal service to your clients. And it's the best way for the customer, because it means that they get you, an expert, somebody that's highly skilled and a highly fiduciary agent, looking after them from the very beginning right the way through to the end of the transaction and beyond, because this is about having clients for life. Obviously, it's just a better experience. It makes it a lot less stressful, and the communication is so much better because they know they can speak to you whenever they want to, etc. It's just better all round for everybody.
I completely agree. I couldn't have said that better myself. One thing I was thinking about when you said they get us and we're the business owner, that's a big word, fiduciary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
it's a weighted word, I guess, with
Yeah.
weighted meaning. And what I really, really like about Keller Williams is that I get you, that we
You do.
get our leadership team that we can go to, and that what I really like about Keller Williams, I guess I'm trying to say, is others have gone before us and succeeded.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not a big mystery, and that our leadership teams and you and they're willing to share that. They're willing to share what they've done to be successful, and we have different models that we can choose from to be successful.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I've never ever been part of a business before like this, where everyone wants you to win, and that's what's so exciting about it, and that's where all the passion comes from. Because you're absolutely right. Keller Williams has been going now for almost 40 years. It's made over 10,000 people multimillionaires. Gary Keller, who founded the business all that time ago, I think it was about 20 years ago now, that he wrote that book that you mentioned, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And he wrote that book after speaking to all of the top realtors in the States and saying, how did you do it? How did you take your business from nothing to multi-million dollar businesses, and they shared exactly how they did it. What was their economic model? What was their lead generational model? What was their organizational model? What were they doing on a daily basis? What habits did they form in order to, have that kind of success? And that's what we teach in the market centers to all of you. And for those of you that are prepared to do that training and follow the model of success, as you say, there's absolutely no reason on earth why you won't be one of them. We don't try and reinvent the wheel, just copy what someone else has done,
Right.
This is it.
I guess I've been an agent. I was licensed almost 3 years ago. And unfortunately, I didn't start with Keller Williams. Unfortunately, for me. But I would say that, and I discussed it with my husband, and I was like, I feel like I have to reinvent the wheel. Why does it feel that way? And then I guess that was my first big, we call it our aha moments.
Yeah.
Was like, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's a way to do this, and I can follow this model. What's really big for me, though, is especially like a Millionaire Real Estate Agent, we're always talking about our big why.
Yeah.
And of course, the first list that I ever wrote down when I started reading this book was financial security. I want to help contribute to the household. I want to do this, and I want to travel, and I want to bring my family with me to travel. But then but what I really like was what Gary says: don't make the money your goal.
Yeah.
Make your big why being the best that you can be every single day. And then all the rest of it is just a side effect.
Absolutely that. And look, that's what's going to keep you going. Having money isn't going to get you out of bed every single morning. It might do temporarily, but when the days get tough, and they are going to get tough, especially in the beginning, we're talking 6 months of pig-headed discipline and determination to really get this off the ground and start to pay off for you. But the hardest thing in all of this is consistency. We can all start really well, and I'm really excited and this is so great, and then after sort of a month or so, this is getting tough. I feel like I'm doing this every single day, I'm not quite seeing results yet. You have to trust in the actions. You've got to trust that what you're doing, if you're following the model, will bring the results. So you just focus on building those habits out. But you can only do that if what you want for yourself and what your vision is and your goal and your big why is enough to get you up and get you out of bed and keep you going. So, at home, I have a vision board. I've spent a lot of time thinking about that. What does financial freedom look like? It's not a handful of notes in my hand. It's opening up the curtains and looking out at a beautiful sea. It's running through a field and just soaking in the sunshine. Whatever that is, what does that look like, that financial freedom? For me, it's just having choices. Do I want to work 5 days a week, or do I want to pick and choose who I look after? Do I want to have a team of people that I support? Or do I want to bring someone in to support them and I go and do something else with my time? For me, my big why is in Keller Williams, we teach one of the best training courses that we do is called Quantum Leap. And Quantum Leap has absolutely nothing to do with real estate at all. It's all about understanding your goals, that big vision. What would, if you had all the money and all the time in the world, what would you do with that time? And it teaches you to have no limited beliefs at all, because if someone else has done it before you, why not you? Right? So if you're thinking, I would love that life, I want to be sitting on a yacht right now, or I want to have, £300 million business, in marketing or whatever it is. If someone else has already done it, there's no reason at all why it can't be you. And you have to believe and trust that it will be. And what happens as we grow up, when we're little dots and little children and our parents say to us, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I want to be a ballerina, or I want to be a footballer, or I want to be a head chef in a London restaurant, whatever it might be that is your dream. As you get older and perhaps your skill set isn't dancing, or you're not the greatest footballer, your parents don't want you to be disappointed. So what they do is they say, okay, that's wonderful, but if you can't do that, What else might you want to do? And they start to lower your expectations of yourself. We all do it because, we don't want them to be disappointed. But that's the exact opposite of what we should be doing. We should be saying, great, how are you going to get there? Who's done it already? Who do you need to go and study? What do you need to go and learn to make sure you do become that ballerina or you do become that footballer? Go and look at the best ballerina in the world. Go and look at the best footballer in the world. How did they do it? Read their autobiography. Send them an email. Ask them questions. How did you do it? And we should constantly be reminding our children of that, but we don't. Quantum Leap gets you thinking that way. So I personally, when I've hit it, when my big why is done, that's when I'm in every single school in the country teaching Quantum Leap to teenagers. When they stop believing they can't do it anymore, I'm going in there and I'm making sure they know that they can. That's financial freedom to me. When I have the choice to be doing that rather than doing the role that I'm doing now, because I've grown the business to a point where it doesn't need me in it anymore and I can go and do what I really want to be doing with my time, that's where I'm going to be spending my time. That's when I'm the best version of me.
I love that. That's amazing.
But that's a vision. That's a vision, right? That's why I get up and do what I do every day. That's why I learn every day. So I earn the right to stay in business with you guys. I'm constantly learning because that's the dream. That's what I want to do.
That's amazing. I love that. My dream is Paris, to have an apartment in Paris. That's my dream, and to have a country property to go spend Christmas in at Christmas.
So you know what you need to do? You need to go to Paris for the weekend. You need to go and find that exact view in Paris. Like if you had an apartment, where would it be? You need to take a photograph standing in that spot. You blow it up, and that's what you put in front of your desk. And you look at that every day before you pick up the phone and before you start dialing. And I promise you, if you do that, you'll be saying just one more call before I put it down, because you'll look up and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's a train ride away. You'll be there in no time.
Exactly. I agree. I completely agree. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And I really appreciate this.
My pleasure, darling. It's so lovely to talk to you. It always is.